Welcome to another Arkansas adventure ride with your fellow rider lawman. This video was filmed in October 2019. My wife and I took a camping trip to Eureka Springs. We camped at a real nice RV park. It's called Wanderlust, and it sits on top of a mountain just right down from the Great Passion Play. If you're lucky, you can get a site that's backed up to a wooded valley. I mean, just real beautiful. What you see in the video here in the distance is the Great Passion Play, and in the middle, that little white spot is the Crescent Ozarks. And in the valley to the left of that is Eureka Springs. Real beautiful place, and if you ever get to come to Arkansas, I highly recommend you going there. Now this is a view of the Wanderlust campsite. As you can see, it just sits on that mountain. And then that was our view behind the camper. Like I said, just awesome. Sunsets were beautiful. I mean, we couldn't ask for a better spot. Eureka Springs was named for its many springs in the area, and you'll see these little grotto type springs all over town, and they're pretty neat. This one is called Sweet Springs. That's my wife down there checking out the water. The first day we were there, we went shopping, or I should say she went shopping while I sat on a park bench waiting on her. Like most men, I really don't care about shopping, but I figured I'd let her have her fun the first day, and then by the second day, I finally got to ride my bike. Like I said, Eureka Springs, it sits on a hill. I mean, it's just, you get to ride. I mean, I rode my bike up the hill. Word of advice, if you're going to shop, take the trolley to the top of the hill and then shop your way down. We are now coming up on the Crescent Hotel, said to be the most haunted hotel in America. Ghost Adventures and Ghost Hunters have both filmed episodes here. I know a few people who have stayed at the Crescent Hotel and say they have experienced some weird things like doors opening and closing by themselves, and saying when they returned to their room they had a hard time opening the door because the luggage had been propped up against it while they were out. I've asked my wife several times if she wanted to spend the night there, and the answer is always the same, a resounding no. Although we have never spent the night at the Crescent Hotel, we have visited during the day on several occasions, and we have never witnessed anything out of the ordinary, unless you count some of the guests. The Crescent Hotel was built in 1886. It was closed in 1934 due to the Great Depression. The building was purchased in 1937 by a con artist named Norman Baker, who claimed he had the cure for cancer. It was during this period of the hotel's history that many deaths occurred, hence the reason it is supposedly haunted. Baker was finally convicted and sentenced to prison in 1939. Ownership of the Crescent Hotel has changed several times over the years, but was eventually restored to its former glory in 1997. Eureka Springs is named for its many underground springs that flow through the region. Early settlers believed the springs had healing properties. The town grew as many visitors came to the area to seek healing for their many ailments. Visitation decreased as modern medicine became available. The area has regained its popularity, though, with modern tourism. We're about to visit Grotto Springs. Early townspeople discovered the spring under an overhanging rock ledge. Due to new road construction, it became necessary to build an enclosure for the spring. What you see today was built by skilled craftsmen in 1890. The Eureka Springs train depot shut down many years ago, but in the 1980s, a couple from Scott, Arkansas purchased and restored the building as well as 2 miles of railroad track. They do day excursions and also have a lunch and dinner car. They have old train memorabilia and relics inside the depot and outside. One of the engines, number 201, is one of only 3 surviving engines left that helped build the Panama Canal. I've always wanted to eat dinner on a train, but thought it was too pricey, roughly $80. But once my wife explained to me that price included the train ride and a 3-course meal, it didn't seem so bad. I'm so glad she talked me into it, as this was the highlight of our trip. They served us soup and then a salad, and for the main course we had prime rib. For dessert, one of the attendants brought out a large cake with ice cream inside. The cake looked like a large locomotive engine with fire coming out the stack as the attendant pushed it down the aisle while blowing a train whistle. If you can only do something like this one time in your life, I suggest you go for it. Great Passion Play is a live outdoor theater that has portrayed the Passion of Christ since the 1960s. The play basically covers the last days of Jesus through his crucifixion and resurrection. It is an awesome and life-changing experience. I highly recommend attending this play at least once in your lifetime. Thank you for watching, and remember this Christmas, Jesus is the reason for the season. May God bless you.